want to go home. I'm so tired. So my name is Aaron Mokhtar. I work at Cyber Security Malaysia. It's an agency under MOSTI, the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. And I work in the outreach department. So basically what the outreach department does is we go to schools, primary, secondary schools, universities, and we give talks on cyber safety. So sometimes we talk about the do's and the don'ts of Facebook. Sometimes we talk about what to share or what not to share. So for today's session, I only have about 45 minutes. So I'll focus on kind of like the top 10 tips that you can start practicing today that God willing will help protect you and your family, because the internet is a fantastic place, right? I mean, imagine our children nowadays, if they want to know how tall Mount Everest is, all they have to do is just ask Google, right? Ask Uncle Google, and Uncle Google will give them an answer. I remember when I was a kid, if I wanted to know anything, I'll ask my dad, Daddy, how tall is Mount Everest? You go read the dictionary. I buy so expensive. You find the book under, what do you call it? The mountains or whatever, right? So that's how I used to learn. Because my dad, I think the dictionary set used to be like 5,000, 6,000 ringgit. So my dad was like, I already spent that much money. You have any questions, you ask the books, don't ask me. I already spent so much money on it, right? But nowadays, all you have to do is open up Google and type in Everest, and it'll tell you the height, the location, with pictures and everything else. So the internet is awesome, but one of the reasons the internet is awesome is because of the speed of the internet, right? Because if I had to look for something and it took me half an hour, malas, I'll be lazy. I don't want to use the internet, but it's very fast. I click one button and I get everything I want. So for instance, the students here who are doing the robotic competition, if they want to know, I wonder how I can make my robot fly. I wonder how I can make my robot climb a mountain. They can try and Google the internet for an answer. But the speed of the internet is also one of the dangerous things about the internet. Because the internet is so fast that if something bad happens, for me to take action is already too late. Right? So what I mean is, if a student or your child gets bullied at school, sometimes the teacher will give you warning. Sometimes you look at your child and they're not happy, then you know, okay, something suspicious is happening. Then you start to take action. But on the internet, they might get bullied, but then they get bullied through Facebook, through the internet, in their own room. So you don't even know what's going on. But they're in their room and they're having all these problems. The same way if they get, approached by strangers on the internet. Same thing. Right? If you go out with our children and then suddenly a stranger walks up to them, you can be, excuse me, who are you? Why are you talking to my daughter? Why are you talking to my son? You can immediately take action. But with the internet, it can happen on their phone, on the internet, on the tablet. So the speed of the internet is also one of its biggest challenges. So at Cyber Security Malaysia, our program is called Cyber Safe, which is short for Cyber Security Awareness for Everyone. And we focus a lot on securing the human. Because the first line of defense is not your antivirus. Your first line of defense is not your firewall. Your first line of defense is yourself. Right? How do you protect yourself from the dangers that wait on the internet? So don't worry, I'm not going to tell you, go home and take your internet modem and throw it out the window. Right? Or you know what, Facebook is from the devil. Delete your account. That's not what I want you to do. But you have to take responsibility. If you want to use Facebook, of course, go ahead and use it, but you have to know how it works. You cannot be the type of person who, oh, I didn't know that when I press this button, everyone can see the picture. Itu tak boleh lah. Same with Instagram and Twitter, whatever tools you want to use on the internet, you have to know how it works.